On a clear day, you can see Chicago in the distance.
Displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the Parks Professor.
Welcome back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor. We are at Indiana Dunes State Park. This is an historical marker placed by the Daughters of the American Revolution, a Revolutionary War battle that was fought here. That's interesting. There are two parks up here in northwest Indiana that have the name Indiana Dunes, and so I should be clear that we are in Indiana Dunes State Park. There's also Indiana Dunes National Park that actually surrounds the state park, but we are in the state park. Today is Friday, September the 20th, and the temperature right now is a cloudy and breezy 74 degrees and humid. They have a famous hike here called the Three Dunes Challenge, and I thought about doing that one, but number one, there's a chance of rain this afternoon. Number two, I also want to hike along the beach, and the Three Dunes Challenge doesn't take you that direction. And number three, I've got a decent ways to drive this afternoon. So what we're going to do a modified version of the Three Dunes Challenge. I call it the One Dune and Beach Challenge. We're going to hike up to the top of the tallest dune here at Indiana Dunes. That's Mount Tom. Mount Tom is off to the left. You can't see the summit through the trees there, but it's in that general direction. Then we're going to hike down and hike along the beach. This is about 1.5 miles. It will not get me the little badge that they give you for doing the Three Dunes Challenge, but it should get the job done for today. So that is the plan for our hike today. This off here to the right, this is a creek called Dunes Creek. It's a wetland. And it's been restored. They got rid of a lot of the sand that had filtered down into the creek. So let's start heading for the One Dune and Beach Challenge. I think I forgot to mention in the introduction that we started at the main beach parking area, and we hiked the trail, the connector trail, up to the campground. We just finished hiking through the campground. It's a pretty full campground. As I mentioned, it is a Friday morning. There are a few spots available, but not too many. And we just turned left to leave the campground. We are now on trail number 4. And this trail is the trail that's going to take us up to the top of Mount Tom. We do have some sandy terrain to deal with up ahead. The key to hiking in sand is not to take as many steps as possible, or as big as steps as possible, or as quick as steps as possible. The key to hiking in sand is to make every step count. Try to step in places that other people have recently stepped, and therefore places where the soil, the sand, is already compacted. So that's what we're going to try to do. Hopefully in a few minutes we'll get to the top of Mount Tom. We just climbed up that set of stairs right there. And honestly, those stairs are a real blessing. Normally you think of stairs as being really hard, but no, actually climbing those stairs is a whole lot easier than climbing through the sand. And we are now at the top of Mount Tom. This is a west-facing view. On a clear day, you can see Chicago in the distance. But today's a little cloudy. It's not perfectly clear. This sand dune is the tallest sand dune here at Indiana Dunes. And it is named for Tom Brady. No, not the quarterback, but the military hero, Lieutenant Tom Brady. So we're going to enjoy this view for a few minutes, and then we are going to head down the dune towards Lake Michigan. We just came down off the last dune, and we are now to that one shining moment that you come to on this kind of hike, where you can look down and see the beach. So we're going to get down to the beach, and this hike will finish with a beach walk. It's a few minutes later, and we've made it down to the beach. That is Lake Michigan off to my right. I can maybe see some outlines of buildings with my naked eye across the lake there. Maybe that's Chicago. I know that's not going to come out on camera, but maybe you can just barely see Chicago today. Not sure about that. As I mentioned, we started at the beach area, and there are a lot of people down there, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video now. I do want to thank you for watching. Parking full time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I thank you every day. Also, if you like this sort of thing, please click the thumbs up button. And if you really like this sort of thing, please click the subscribe button. That helps other people to find these videos, and also encourages me to bring more of this sort of thing your way. So I'm going to close out this hike and close out this video from Indiana Dunes State Park at the very southern tip of Lake Michigan. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor for Parking Full Time. Have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.